Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. The last run was either easy or pretty harrowing, depending on when you actually joined it. NMH1 TNGG. I don't like when GG is in the description of the seed, as it were. Okay, we're dealing with an interesting setup here. Let me lay out the myriad maelstrom of puzzle boxes we have before us the way I see it. We have Pandora's box, we have Mom's Key. Mom's Key, and Liberty Cap, by the way. That's kind of inconsequential to what I'm talking about, but it is good-ish. I'm hoping that we get some bombs, but if we don't get some bombs, we have the ability to use Pandora's box to give us 2 bombs. What's the value in this? Hey, health up is really good here. And so is Infamy, for that matter. Man, Liberty Cap made me real fast there. What's the value of getting... Oh, right, we can't get that HP yet. Of getting 2 bombs? It gives us access to these tinted rocks. And to be honest with you, considering that we're starting mostly with Spirit Hearts, entirely Spirit Hearts for now, being able to get some more Spirit Hearts or a small rock, you know, both of those in their own unique way extend our lifespan here. So I'm hoping that we get to save Pandora's box, do the typical Northern Lion thing, pop it on Caves 1 or the Caves 2, and just basically get a free boss item without having to use a Forget-Me-Now or something like that. It's especially more incentivized because, as you can tell from this, our damage stat and our DPS in general as a function of our damage and tiers combined is pretty bad. Like, we're taking a long time to kill these guys. It's not a good start from an offensive standpoint. But I mean, I have to admit, there is a part of me, the same way that there's, like, dudes out there that are like, man, I'm just... tell you, I wouldn't want a zombie, I wouldn't wish a zombie apocalypse happened, but deep down inside, man, I relish the opportunity. It's like people who think they'd really survive in, like, Doomsday, right? Or they'd thrive in a Doomsday-based environment. I do like the idea that there's no absolutes in Isaac, or few absolutes in Isaac when it comes to, you know, the way you should handle uses of kind of items with variable rewards like Pandora's box. In this case, you know, who's to say that it's the right decision to save it for the cathedral, or to save it for the caves, or to save it for wherever? It might be the right decision to pop it situationally here. And it's very tempting to do so already, but let's not do this just yet. Let's see how we fare against the Widow, a boss that is mercifully fairly low HP. I like that basically by knowing, you know, what the item does and what we can stand to gain, we actually, you know, can give ourselves maybe an advantage over the average person when we play this seed. But of course, you're not the average person out there watching this. I imagine if you're still into Isaac at this point, either you're relatively rare and like a recent convert to the game, which is cool. Welcome to the community. Don't judge us too harshly, and don't let yourself be judged too harshly. If anyone gets mad at you, oh, you like Mom's cursed items? That's Mom's curse is not an item. You like charm tiers? You're freaking stupid. This is 0.75 on the Northern Lion scale of dumbest things I've ever heard. No, that's not fair. Don't let them get you down like that, alright? Most of us are nice and welcoming, and hey, torn photo reflects that. Are we really? Like, here's the chain that follows this, the chain of consequences. We know that if we... Oh, that's real bad. If we blow up 2 tinted rocks, we're extremely likely to get at least 1 spirit heart. Okay, I'm a little scared now. Please have a bomb in there. Oh, thank God we don't have to worry about it anymore. But I was thinking, like, we have 2 tinted rocks that we can easily access. If by pressing the button on Pandora's box, we lose Pandora's box, but we gain maybe small rock plus 2 spirit hearts, that's an amazing haul. If we get, you know, 2 golden chests that pay out with a cent each, that's pretty horrible. But as of right now, you know, we got our spirit heart and we've kept ourselves afloat here. Probably enough that I feel comfortable going into our curse room here, and our curse room has provided us with a luck upgrade and a range upgrade, which is actually solid. Now, for 2 bombs, we could blow up that other tinted rock, but I don't think we're going to get a second bomb unless we get it right here. Okay, weirdly enough, I think we take Tammy's head and we use Pandora's box right now, and it turns out that my whole discussion about requirements on this floor was completely based on a false premise. It actually gives you 2 spirit hearts when you pop Pandora's box on the first floor. On the second floor, it gives you 2 keys, 2 bombs. So, it turns out I'm an idiot. Let's move on to the next floor. Tammy's head is good. by losing Pandora's box, we do lose a boss item, but we get to keep Tammy's head. So, you know, there are no perfect solutions like that. We do pay an opportunity cost, but we gain something that we wouldn't have gained if we hadn't used it as well. So who knows? You know, you can try out this seed for yourself and do it the opposite way if that's your playstyle, or moreover, if you feel that I've made a terrible mistake, and feel free to report in. I feel like at some point, if you're good enough at Isaac, you can make the wrong decisions and still stand to win most of the time. So it doesn't necessarily mean a decision was right or wrong universally. And also they can have, like, you know, you can have a variable solution that sometimes works out well, sometimes doesn't, etc., etc. Anyway, Odd Mushroom's awesome. Lowers our damage, but raises our rate of fire disproportionately so we're definitely going to take it. And I'm really happy to have it, honestly. Anything that raises our DPS is good right now. We're kind of like homebrewing our own soy milk right here, which is a sentence that came out a lot better than I expected. Usually it's the accidental double entendres. Sometimes you're accidentally making your own, you know, health food product at home. Is soy milk actually a health food? I don't know. If I was at a grocery store and I was looking for soy milk, I would probably look in the health food section. Does that mean it's been independently verified by a team of dietitians and other scientists? I have no idea. Look, I'm not really trying to get into that. If you are trying to get into that, there's a great field of study I would direct you to where you can discuss your feelings with like-minded professionals, and it's called science. They do experiments, and they have rigorous academic debates, think tanks, etc., etc. Unfortunately, not much of it is located in the comments of a YouTube video. So if you're looking to have your serious discussion, you might want to take that to one of our world's many storied institutions of colleges or universities. But I understand that that's probably going to fall on deaf ears for a certain subset, and that's okay too. You know what? People disparage comments, but I've learned a lot of things from comments. For example, I've learned this is Bob. This is Bob's tank. Post Bob on as many videos as possible to get Google to back off with using Google Plus integration for YouTube. That was a big lecture. That was like a 400 level class. Like, you needed to take that in order to get your 4-year degree in YouTube comments. I'm just poking fun. I'm not trying to be, you know, anti-viewer or anything like that. But I'm actually saying, you know, if you got a flair for debate, and I know many of you do, and I was right there with you when I was younger as well. You know, follow your heart. Get into, you know, get your JD. And I'm not talking about John Dorian, the lead character from Scrubs, played by Zach Brafifinakis. Instead, you're gonna go get your law degree and start practicing, and eventually maybe you'll perfect it, and then you can be a lawyer. Alright, we hit a little bit there. This run is slow going right now, but really this is a great opportunity for us to get a little bit of a leg up on the momentum that we've had so far. A damage upgrade is disproportionately good because our rate of fire is so high right now, but we'd really be hoping for like Magic Mush, Pentagram, something like that. You know, low percentage items as likely to show up as any other item, except for the, you know, the special nature of them, but there's just less of them in the ecosystem to draw from, so the odds of getting it are a little diminished. But the deal with the devil is where you really get the damage most of the time here. So we'll take Mr. Dolly. And Rotten Baby is totally fine as well. No problems there. Let's head down to the next floor, if they'll open the door for me. 2 minutes behind schedule for boss rush. Didn't go to our shop. I think that was a sensible idea. We weren't really rolling in money. Rotten Baby's great. This is almost certainly our secret room. Just try to pick up some benefit here. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. One bomb for like 8 cents, and I stupidly lost some HP in the process there by not paying attention where I was going. That's okay. Rotten Baby's good here. It does do better. Like, if you could choose one, high damage low tiers or low damage high tiers, you definitely rather have low tiers high damage with Rotten Baby. But we're not in that situation. We're in a different situation. We gotta evaluate them, you know, as they stand, not as we'd like them to be. It's like having a child, I imagine. What do I know? It's like, I don't know, got no idea what that's like. Mostly, I imagine it's a lot less sleep than you're used to, but then a deep sense of, like, you know, accomplishment and satisfaction and pride in seeing your, you know, progeny succeed. I can't pretend that that's not, you know, appealing. I think the thing is, when you, like, don't have kids, it's, like, really easy to see the negatives of having kids. And I guess when you have kids, it's hard to separate yourself from them. Like, you're already all in. It's not really a debate worth having at this point, you know. Is it better to have kids or not have kids? Personal preference. But I will say, you know, people talk about the genetic clock. There are people my age that are intentionally having children. Doesn't bother me one bit. It's all good, you know, as long as they maintain a neutral carbon footprint, then we're all solid. I have no idea about the environmental implications of continuing to grow as a population beyond the Earth's carrying capacity. But regardless, I haven't felt that genetic clock yet. And maybe it's a male thing. Maybe it's a female thing. I don't know. But for me, like, we, for Canada Day, which is just when we celebrate our independence, our amicable split from the British Empire, I went and I hung out with Kate's parents, and her sister and brother were there as well. And they have like 2 kids. One of them's 4, and one of them is like a year and 2 months or something like that. And I was like, man, from like 6 a.m. when they wake up, because children are evil and don't understand the value of sleeping in yet, because they haven't worked a goddamn day in their lives, they go from like 6 a.m. till 7 p.m., and then you're like too tired to do anything except sit on the couch. Like, that's a huge time investment, man. But luckily, you've only got to do that for like 9 years. And then after that, you can leave them unsupervised and they can start watching internet pornography. But I don't know, it didn't really strike me. Like, I kind of expected. I was like, maybe, you know, I'm reaching a point in my life where I could consider starting a family. I've reached the point in my life where my parents, when they talk to me, they go like, when are we getting grandkids? Haha, like, you can do whatever you want with your life. But also the jokes are becoming more frequent, so I think that they're probably being a little serious. I was like, maybe this is gonna be the year. I'm gonna see these kids, and instead of being like, man, that looks like a lot of work, versus getting like 9 hours of sleep a night, then I'll be like, oh, these guys are cute, like, I want this for us. But I did leave being like, oh, I'm glad we can escape that situation, and then go home and fall asleep at 2 in the morning and wake up whenever we want. And hey, do you want to like just go out for dinner and not have to worry if they have a kids menu? You want to eat like some really spicy, hard to eat food that a 4-year-old could not possibly wrap their head around, or they're gonna cry, where's my chicken fingers, etc., etc. I don't say this to make those of you out there with kids feel bad, because this sounds terrible. I was gonna say you feel bad enough. You're already putting in the work. You should be proud. And on the back end, you guys are, you know, we're blowing our retirement fund on, you know, like vacations or something, and you're investing in your retirement fund in the form of that child. You're playing the child lottery, and you're going to get a lot of rewards out of that. But I will say, on the front end, when you have like a 6-month-old kid, and it's just like pooping itself and keeping you awake at night, it's hard to see where that investment pans out. But later it could. I hope my parents are happy they had me. I consider myself a pretty good child most of the time. You know, everybody's got stories, I'm sure, from when they were younger, when they were not the nicest person to your parents. But by and large, I was actually like as a teenager, is pretty similar to how I am now. This floor fucking sucked. Did I go to the item room? The boss must have given us the, oh, we didn't go to our item room. The boss must have given us growth hormones, so we didn't go to our item room. Instead, we get sticky bombs, which are okay. I don't really want to open that. We got a lot of money. That's a huge bonus. So we will buy a spirit heart. I don't think we need to buy anything else. I don't really want to buy the pills. It's not really going fantastically so far, honestly. We're a little weak, but we're starting to come up a little bit in damage. But I don't know if it's fast enough for me to be stoked about it right now. And, oh my god, you idiot. Okay, the whole kid discussion is throwing me off. You know what, Golden Chest? Live your dreams. I'm not gonna stop you. So yeah, if you're wondering, you know, people make jokes about, sorry, couldn't be on the show, or couldn't start the show on time today. I just got back from a doctor's appointment. They're like, Kate's pregnant. I understand that's gonna be like the next 8 years of our lives, or whatever, 28 years of our lives. But no plans. So if I announce that we have a child, and this video has come out in like the past 9 months, low key, you know what happened. Anyway, but then when that child comes out, I'll delete the video, and they won't find it until they're old enough to understand it anyway. Anyway, it's things you have to worry about in the online entertainment business. Regardless, we have a good foundation for a run. We have great tier stat. That is really like a framework that we can build around. We have a lot of money. That could provide us with awesome benefits. Like, for example, I could really be persuaded to lose Tammy's head and pick up something more immediately useful, like a red or blue candle. Hey, how about a book of some sort that turns that room into, like, 5 spirit hearts for me or something like that? Pay to play is okay. The Hierophant card is absolutely amazing right now. Super important. But apart from that, we're really kind of lacking on this run. I'm hoping that, you know, we get kind of the classic #1 combo on this boss fight, which would be kill the boss, get HP, trade that HP to the deal with the devil, and pick up some extra damage as a result. Barring that, we need either a, like, amazing superlative deal with the devil, like a brimstone or something like that, to justify the amount of my relative HP that it'll take, or we need, alternatively, something that gives us HP, or we'd really want a Krampus fight, honestly. Like, 9 lives, of course, gives us HP. That's the classic. That's the old standby. But I'd be content with the Krampus fight as well. Pick up Krampus's head, which I think would be better than Tammy's head, you know, in the moment. Maybe not later, but in the moment for sure. And then Lump of Coal, also awesome as well. You know, we've got really good range, shot speed, etc., etc. But, man, like, something a little bit more potent damage-wise is desirable right now. Liberty Cap's not the problem here. Liberty Cap has been doing fine. Okay, so we got these sticky bombs that occasionally find it in their heart to make spiders. Gives us a little bit of extra momentum. We pretty much have to save those bombs right now. Dude, that health upgrade was so key. I shouldn't have used it yet because we could have... you know what? No, it makes sense to use it and then generate a benefit out of it in the sense that we were able to get it full so that there will be a red heart deal with the devil if there's a deal with the devil that costs us HP. Otherwise, we could have gone in there, popped it, and not gotten a red heart, and that doesn't do anybody any good. Well, there's a red heart right there. We are going to take this, but we're not going to take it yet because we want to spend our own HP, like, of our own volition first. I'm going to double down here. We're going to start with Dark Matter, and then effectively we're going to pay 1 Spirit Heart to go down to 4 to pick up the Pact. And I think that's the right way to handle that. And then Experimental Treatment. Unfortunately, it didn't play into my cards. I really thought, like, Experimental Treatment can hook us up here and give us an extra HP. But it didn't work. I'm pretty sure if you have no HP, it's just 50% of the time it does nothing, and 50% of the time it gives you HP. So we did eliminate the negative consequence from it, but still. That deal with the devil was actually pretty good. Oh, it was real close. We're still, like, we've never really gotten out of this phase on this run where we can feel safe. Or where we feel unsafe, I guess I should say. We've never felt safe on this run. And that deal with the devil definitely did not change it, nor did it really put us on a path to change it, but it did give us more damage, which is extremely important. So even if, like, the run feels dangerous, at least we feel dangerous to the enemies as well, not just vice versa. So we do have a curse room and an item room available on this floor. I'm doubtful that we'll be able to get into that curse room through alternative means. I'm imagining that we're probably going to be stuck actually paying the full Spirit Heart cost, which is fine. It's not necessarily not worth it. Well, there's half cost for the Chariot right there. Or we could use the Chariot card to get the other card, but I think it's better this way. I'm not going to take Curse Die. Use Chariot on the way in, just in case we got something else in here that we like. So it's paid for itself, at least. And we got a key. It's not a huge benefit, to say the least, but it paid for itself. And we get a Justice card, which, you know, honestly, we might as well pop right now. We're not missing out on too much, unless you imagine we're going to get Dark Bomb later, and then that one heart is going to make all the difference, but that's pretty doubtful. Yeah, this run is just... It's sort of scraping along, but every floor it's getting a little bit stronger. This floor got a lot stronger relative to the floors that have come previously, but we're low on HP, and it'd be really nice to work around that. Who knows, maybe if we'd stuck with Pandora's Box, we would have been able to have, you know, a little bit more Red Heart action come in. And we probably still would have Pandora's Box. We haven't had any other spacebar items kind of like rise up to take its slot, so, you know, we might have actually saved it for the Cathedral. I'll spoil it for you. We probably would not have, but, we could have, in theory. And who knows, he has Sacred Heart or Godhead or something like that. Again, unlikely, but plausible. That was a really, really bad bit of damage right there. And Probably should be a little bit safer. I may just invest in this curse room right away, as much as it sort of scares me. This feels like a secret room then. Sort of fill in the blanks of this floor. We don't need the money so much. Liberty Cap is, I think, providing us with some good benefits here. Sort of saw the map there. I should have peeped it, but it doesn't really matter. All right, curse room was great. Let's hope for a cricket's body in here or something like that. Fate? Bob's rotten head? I mean, it's not heinously bad. Oh, it's sticky. It's sticky. Well, actually, it is heinously bad. With the sticky bombs, at least. Fear shot, you know, it's one of those. It's good sometimes, and then sometimes it just makes you shake your head and say, "What the heck am I doing with this item?" Cricket's head would have been so good here, but, you know, let's let bygones be bygones. Obviously, boss rush is not going to be happening here. You know the deal at this point. You know, my general philosophy in Isaac is survival and zaniness. Survive as long as you need to for the game to actually give you the tools necessary to win the run. And we're still definitely, you know, framing our run along those lines right now, and I don't think it's serving us poorly. I don't see too many opportunities where, like, the majority of people probably would have made a different decision. Maybe the first floor with Pandora's Box, but I don't think that that's like, you know, that's the difference between the run, you know, that we have right now and, oh, actually, that started the chain of events that got Brimstone to show up on my run. But you never know, and that's part of the beauty of Isaac for sure. Is that, you know, big things have small beginnings. Michael Fassbender, Prometheus, favorite. It's not my favorite movie. I've gone on record. I'm not a big Prometheus guy. I was so excited for the movie. Looking up speculation months in advance. Is it going to tie together the Ridley-verse? Not the Metroid Ridley-verse, the Scott Ridley-verse. And then when I saw it, I was like, this is just a slasher film. But I understand it's got a soft spot in a lot of people's hearts, and the backlash was disproportionate to the actual quality of the film. I am going to do something that's a little overly conservative and buy the Bible in order to make sure it doesn't show up again. They keep hooking me up with the Hierophant. All 10 out of 10 times I'm going to take that. And also, in case you're just, you know, you're listening audio only or something like that, we got anti-grav from our item room. And I consider that relatively okay. It's a tiers upgrade at the very worst. Well, no, at the very worst, it's a tiers upgrade that also comes with some bullshit associated with it. But I think that the bullshit is worth dealing with in order to get the tiers upgrade. But we might be reaching a tiers upgrade cap, actually. There is a soft cap. I gotta be honest with you, I said soft cap, and then in my head I said, what's a soft cap, what's a hard cap? I honestly have no idea. A hard cap is a kind of cab you can buy for a pickup truck that is a little bit more rigid, more outdoors environment kind of focused. We're definitely going to take HP here. And then head down to the next floor. And a hard cap maybe is like you can't go past it ever. A soft cap is like you get capped here, but there's a way to get past it. And, you know, I guess that way would be like soy milk or, you know, something that lowers tier delay, etc., etc. First off, excuse me, I definitely need to take this range uphill. I've been thinking about this run. What does this run need? If this run could only have one thing, what would it be? And I was like, oh yeah, maybe like a 90th range upgrade. See, the problem right now is that I can still use my human eyes to see enemies, to shoot them. What we really need is range that's high enough that we can just not even have to look at them. You know, they're off the screen. So what? Works for us. Can't hit what you can't see? I take issue with this statement. Starting soon, we will be able to hit what we can't see. Thank God we haven't gotten a lump of coal yet. I mean, I wouldn't want all the good stuff to come too quickly. Double key room has given us a lot of money, which I hope we're able to donate, and then unlimited bombs for this floor. So our damage for this floor, at least, is largely sorted. Ludo and anti-grav, I have no idea, but I kind of like it. We got a surplus of keys. Let's take a look for... Okay, yeah, 3 red hearts. That's exactly what I was looking for. Not the best damage I've ever taken, but you know what? As good of an excuse as any to come in here and play this Judgment and hope that he pays out with something permanent that's actually good. And 2 tarot cards is actually like a pretty good haul for 2 spirit, or for 1 spirit heart so far. Fanny pack's okay. Could save us or be meaningless. Okay, well, we did get 2... Spirit Hearts because we got, like, our 9th Hierophant card. How does... Okay, the answer is it doesn't. I was going to say, how does Tammy's head interact with Ludo? It just ignores it. Okay, our shop does allow donations. Jar of Flies is awesome. Let's let the game determine whether we take Tammy's head or Jar of Flies. If we get below 15 cents, we'll be taking Tammy's head. If we stay above 15 cents, which we will not be, we would have taken Jar of Flies. So, oh well, goodbye Jar of Flies. Know that you're not being used here because it's going to a good cause. We're donating to a donation machine. It's going to be over $4.90, closing in on $500 for the first time in a little while. If there's one thing that I can be, like, really stupidly sort of proud of, it's that we've really left our donation machine in, like, a pretty nice equilibrium, you know? Like, sometimes it goes down 200 cents, sometimes it goes up 200 cents, but in general, we've never really come close to milking it all the way down to 0. Except for that time I accidentally blew it up and took it down to 0 from 999, but, we've never really come close to 0, which is nice, you know? It's like we're giving, like, a great job interview right now for us being assigned to Arbiter the take a penny, leave a penny jar. There is a tinted rock here, which I'm quite fond of. We really, like, we know we're not getting an item from this boss except for the Polaroid. So it would be amazing and extremely useful if we could pick up a deal with the devil, because otherwise, on this floor, we got Ludo. I like Ludo. Does it make us stronger? I mean, only in, like, a weird conceptual sort of way, maybe. Okay, we did get a deal with the devil. And it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't think we want Cambion. You know what? I'm going to take Cambion Conception, because it only actually costs us 2 Spirit Hearts. Because we were able to pick that one up as a result of losing off of the top of maximum capacity. So, I think that made sense. But Empty Vessel is dope. It's not a damage upgrade, but it is really good for us. Unfortunately, we lose out on a little bit of efficiency, or a little bit of the bonus of having it because we don't have an orbital or, like, poisoning or anything like that, so we can't really, you know, take advantage of the invincibility, except boring as, like, a little bit of a damage mitigator, which we don't really care about, but the pickup is good in and of itself. So we're looking for, not Temperance, High Priestess is our best card here. We're looking for ways to expedite these floors at this point. Floors where we're not going to be getting many items. We want to work through them fairly quickly, minimize the risk of taking damage, and moreover, we have no map right now, so being able to kind of teleport away from this floor as soon as possible is going to benefit me, like, mentally and also with the amount of HP we have left. But I'm feeling, especially because we've stacked up so many Spirit Hearts now, it's looking real nice. Like, we should be pretty clear to move on to win 16 or 17, whichever one this is. And like I said in the last episode, it's been a pleasure to record these last few. You know, so it's always a pleasure to record Isaac for a lovely audience such as yourselves. But it's even more of a pleasure when the game meets you halfway. Or sometimes, you know, it goes 99% of the way and is like, hey, I'm picking you up in front of your house. Like, just get in and we've got a free win. And that's not what's happened here. We've had to at least not shit ourselves here. Are you a wizard? Does nothing with Ludo, which it's very merciful of the game to help us out there. But yeah, this run, we had to make some decisions. We had some agency over this run, I guess is what I like to say, and I'm happy for that. But it is looking like it's a likely victory, but things can change. And surprisingly, I've been calling a lot of runs early lately, and then they're just going totally fucking wrong. So, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm cursing myself. Maybe it's my tendency to, you know, swap out like a AAA item for a C item that has some zany upside, but hasn't always been, you know, easy here. It's a pretty convenient power pill. Let's keep going this way. Play the regular Judgment. Honestly, I would take HP. Even though it would take away our ability to fly for now, I would still take HP in the hopes that one of our next 2 floors has a deal with the devil. The other course of action, and we may end up having to do this depending on our financial situation, is just blow that dog up and get a better deal with the devil chance, which is also fairly palatable for me. And that's really up to the rest of the floor. If they want to see this judgment live, they can give me probably like somewhere between 1 and 10 more cents. If they want to see the judgment die, present me with the boss fight as soon as possible, and I can make your wish come true. Hello. Hello. Okay, there we go. Money. Thank you. And a spirit heart, actually. I'm never going to turn up my nose at those. Except for those times that I do, because I think a win is guaranteed. That's a bad attitude. You shouldn't relish that. You know, that cockiness is just gonna... It's just gonna lower your odds of getting a streak to that, like, extreme level that we actually want to get to, you know? Good fundamentals are important, too. Conquest. Well, actually, we didn't blow up the judgment, so we kind of fucked up. That's pretty good, though. And it maybe bit us in the ass. We could have gone back and blown him up, but it's not like it's going to give us a better chance of getting a deal with the devil when we go in there, I assume. Alright. Oh, this is beautiful. I was just going to say, take it slow just in case you get... Oh, Cricket's head so good. Just in case you get the opportunity to see where the boss room is. And we did get the opportunity to see where the boss room is. I keep forgetting we have Mom's Key. That's worked out so nicely. Getting us, like, great chest hauls here. Okay, we're going to check our curse room. 2 pills. 1 makes you small. Luck down. 1 makes you small, worth the cost of a spirit heart. Let me put it this way. If you gave me an item that allowed me to make myself smaller at the cost of a spirit heart, how many times am I going to do it? Probably not very many. It's gonna require a special set of circumstances. Let's leave it at that. High Priestess. I think we just straight up save this for the inevitable Isaac or Blue Baby fight. Probably Isaac, so that we can use something else on Blue Baby's floor. I don't think you take the Eternal Heart. It basically 1 HP to lose our ability to fly and have that temporary invincibility. The invincibility might stick around, but the ability to fly is definitely gone. So I don't think that that's a smart idea. And we can't really leverage it on our deal with the devil here, but we will take this deal with the devil. Maw of the Void is pretty dope. It puts us in a dangerous position HP-wise, but it also allows us to generate HP. We have 7 right now, so let's just stay smart about this. This guy, again, the money that we have, we're not going to be doing anything with anyway, so why not give him a chance to pay out with a compass or something? Golden key, at this point, looking at our situation, probably doesn't concern us much. And Butterbean is actually just a slap in the face. Like, especially after I sat here and I defended you. You got the nerve to give me Butterbean after all that? I mean, I did talk about whether or not it would be efficient to blow you up, but at the same time, that's, you know, it's highly disrespectful. I thought we were friends here. Don't really... you know what? Maybe we'll get a judgment. We might as well take the money. Let's try to practice what we preach here. Not gonna take that money. That's goddamn ridiculous. I'll take this money. Every other room, you take money. That's Northern Lion's first rule of Isaac. And by first rule, I mean about probably 1028th rule. In the meantime here, we continue to get stronger. The run has actually gotten quite good, damage-wise. Ludo's a part of that. Maw of the Void helps out. I'm trying to maybe farm a few extra demon hearts, but are we actually going to be able to make use of said demon hearts? Hopefully not. Hopefully we never need HP again as long as we live. 34 keys is getting a little ridiculous. Like, I'm offended at my own insistence to pick these up. Look at that, though. That's why you pick up the luck upgrades. Looked like the boss fight was over here on the left somewhere. It's more damage than we had at this point on the last run, and more HP than we had at this point on the last run. And we won the last run. Did we get a unique set of circumstances that made that win plausible? I think that that's probably fair to suggest, yes. But at the same time, the stars. Here's what I think you do with that. I think you come in here, crack this open, grab what you can grab, stars card out, and now you decide, is it worth going back for High Priestess? I'd say probably not, honestly. And our boss fight's right there, so that seems pretty good. So this is a delicate dance, because I want to charge up Maw of the Void, thank you, Infamy, while also leaving the Ludovico shot in there. So we got to do a little bit of the shuffle here in order to make sure it actually gets charged. I can't believe that Infamy protected us again. Like, that is... We deserve to get hit on that 3rd attempt, but Infamy did protect us again, which is kind of ridiculous. We'll head down to the chest. Probably only 6 HP, so we do have to be a little concerned, but Oh, we have 7. My bad. We still have to be a little concerned. It's not, oh, 7. Okay, we're set. Sagittarius at least gives us the speed upgrade. PhD immediately gives us a health upgrade, which is a little scary. And I think you maybe just go with the D20 at this point, honestly. We have a little bit too much, like, in the realm of tier effects to worry about. I kind of just want, like, a little bit of a simplification. This looks like a really small floor. I would say the boss room is, like, down there on the right or down there on the left. So we're going to take advantage of that right now. We may never get to use the D20, but I'm honestly, like, probably not using the, using Tammy's head as effectively as I could. Now we're at 6 HP. This is where things can start to get a little dicey, maybe. Try to get some Maw of the Void plays here. You know what? I figured it was worth a shot. Was it actually worth a shot? Possibly it was not worth a shot to re-roll a single penny. That was also terrible. Now we're down to 5. That's a single penny. Not gonna sweat that too much. I didn't make a plan on that room for where to dodge. I basically just got lucky. Sometimes you fly by the seat of your pants, so you succeed. Oh, it worked. I was like, maybe we should kill that guy with Maw of the Void so we can have a chance to get a Spirit Heart. And I almost, or a Demon Heart, I should say. I almost said no. And then, oh, thank you, Infamy. Look at that. It ended up working out. And I have to point out, Infamy has saved us from maybe 4 damage in the last, like, 20 rooms. This run looks a lot different right now if we're at 2 Spirit Hearts instead of being at 6. So you know what? Big ups to Infamy, our first item room item, and the support it's given me here. I really appreciate it. Helped me guide a pretty easy win into the end zone there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.